It says live on mine now.
Yeah.
He's live on mine too.
It's probably the other invites. I might have some more invites.
Oh.
I see Roxy in her bed. Is that what you have in your camera?
No.
No, that's the old stream.
Okay, so let me maybe if I reboot it.
It's trying to start up there. Hold on. There's.
You're back online.
I am. Invites. I might have some more invites. I got problems starting it up here. Let's see.
Roxy in her bed. Is that what you
No.
have in your camera?
Yeah, no.
My voice just came up before I muted
That was me.
it when I said Roxy.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so am I live? Yes or no?
Yes, you're live.
Connection has been timed out. Please try again.
Says you're live still. I'm actually watching you.
Oh yeah.
Lynn just came in.
Okay, hold on there.
Michael Bainey just came in.
Google Chrome. There we go.
I had texted in there you were going to be back in.
Okay.
And then that went away.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm working. Yeah, it looks like it's working.
Yep. I only have until about 10:15 this morning. But
Okay. Hey, Michael.
Take my truck and move some pellets. Of course, it's only like 6 degrees out.
Boy, that's a heat wave.
Yeah.
That's what it is here. It started out this morning here at 7 degrees, but the wind is picking up now. We're supposed to have 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
Which will drive it down.
It's doing minus 22 Fahrenheit here right now.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll send up more invites.
It's getting windy here now too, and the wind cuts right through you. Got to go get some pellets. Got to meet someone at 11:30, but I got to take the plow off my truck and everything and swap vehicles.
Okay.
And then it's 20 minutes away where we're going. 25. Well, actually, it's a half an hour away from me.
Hey, Roger, I made sure to hit the like button for you.
Hey, you got 4 likes already. Well, you got 6 likes now and 5 people watching.
It's good. What time you gotta leave, John?
10:30. Well, 10:15, but I'm gonna go. I didn't take my plow off yet, so it takes me just a couple minutes to take my plow.
Hey, Rolex.
Hey, Rolex, how you doing? Lenny's here. See, Lynn put it up for technical difficulties, and that's the reason you went off. So.
Well, I finally got my damn car yesterday.
Did you?
I got back so late yesterday, you wouldn't believe it. The traffic in Montreal is horrendous. Accidents everywhere. Oh, God. I'm glad I do not live in Montreal.
So how was the drive home? Were you still happy with the car?
Well, you see what I did is I let my son drive all the way up until we got close by here, and I took over.
Okay.
He took my truck, and I took the car. My son decided to keep my truck.
Well, I think he should. As many vehicles as problems he has.
Yeah.
That way you can keep it in the family. If you need to borrow it, you can borrow it.
That's it.
Okay, Lynn. So, yeah, so I was thinking of backing it up so you can see it in the camera.
Well, that's okay. We'll get a chance to look at it. We don't want you out there trekking around in the cold, you know?
I'm going to take some photos today of it.
I flew my Skydio last night.
Oh, yeah? So how'd it go?
Inside the garage.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's totally a different thing than DJI stuff. We'll see if I like it. I might sell it. I don't know. I just don't like I don't like I mean, the design of the quadcopter itself is okay, but we're back to, got to use the phone again, and I'm trying to avoid that
Yeah.
with the DJI stuff. You know,
What's that with their Skydio, John?
yeah, the Skydio.
Yeah, you know,
We'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna try to fly it this afternoon. I wanted to go down to that FAA meeting thing, but it's actually an hour and a half away from me, and I wouldn't.
oh,
It's not as close as it's not at the Air Museum that I thought it was. It's at the one on the other side of the airport, which is it's like an
Okay.
hour and 15 minutes away. Got to go through Hartford. I'm not going through Hartford on a Saturday.
Rolex,
Hi,
hope you're
going,
doing
Mike.
good. Lynn, good morning, good morning. Michael Bainey, kind of early
hey,
though, huh?
Michael.
10 o'clock, not bad. Yeah, I went to bed, I think it was around 8:30 last night. Then I got up around 11. Now I went back to bed around 12.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, Roger. For you, Jesus.
Well, for the last the last 2 days, you've been burning the candle.
Yeah. 2 times in Montreal there. Hey, John Coopy, good morning.
Well, here's how I celebrated this morning.
Oh my God. Well, I'll have that around noon.
Lynn, you didn't see that. Lynn. Close your
Of
eyes.
course, I gotta go back out. I gotta go because my son left his car here, so I gotta go and pick up my son, bring him here, get his car.
Oh, okay. So how's the weather there, Roger? Is it
freaking cold?
But is sunny?
Yeah, it was sunny. The clouds just came in.
It's sunny here, but clouds are supposed to swoop in and then maybe get a light dusting overnight. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, some Tim Hortons there, John. That's for sure. Caesar's droning. Hi, what's up? Yes. Nice seeing you. Yeah, what I'll do is this afternoon, I'll probably take some pictures of the car. And when I go on live stream tonight, I'll post them up.
Cool.
Okay. Can't remember if it's me doing live stream tonight or is it Val? I can't remember. I think it's me. I know she's got Sunday nights and Tuesday and Monday nights.
Yeah. I think Saturday is back to you, Roger, because of her change. Now she's pretty much doesn't know where she's going to be. Plus, she's exhausted, I think, after Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
John, I ordered a new computer.
Oh, you did?
Yep, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow.
What did you get?
I got hang on here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I got it through Amazon because I like the fact they bring it and just flop it on your front doorway.
eBay does the same thing.
Yeah, but as a Prime member, I get everything sent to me for
free.
Yep.
Hey, Red Dog Drones, nice to see you.
Okay, so I'm going to try and share this.
Oh, that's cool there, Red Dog Drones. I'm very happy about that.
If I disappear, I will be back.
Okay.
When
I go down there around that green share button, I get nervous.
Not unless you just post a link in the chat.
I gotta change batteries on the Skydio.
Oh, it's gonna probably show your okay. I know what you mean. Won't be long. Okay, hey, wow, it worked.
Okay, the Logitech camera is coming today. It's out for delivery. And tomorrow I'm getting an Acer R20H 23-inch
screen
widescreen monitor. And here's the Acer that I'm getting.
Oh, nice. 512 gigabyte SD card. Yeah, that's nice, Paul. You won't have any problems
Well,
like
we
you have
talked.
now.
Yeah, we talked it over with Sam and I. Talked it over, and I said, "Hey, I'm never going to be a gamer, not in this lifetime.
That's
I-
true. Yeah,
I'm not doing high-end graphics. Never going to do that."
that's
So
it.
he says, for the money, that was the best buy right there.
Yeah,
Let me see what it is. I just had to swap a battery out. Pressed for time this morning.
that's nice.
Oh, you got the i4, ninth generation though, i4. So that's
i5.
that's like the old i7s for Christ's sake.
Yep. But he said, i7 is you must have if you're going to do graphics, if you're going to do gaming, if you're going to do all the
Yeah,
other.
that's it.
But he says, for what you do, why spend the extra
good.
$300 for the horsepower sitting there and you never let it out of the stall?
Yeah,
So, and he says, above all, you want the SSD, which
Yeah,
is
it's
what I
a
get.
512, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that should be much better than what I'm running here now.
You should notice an intense difference. But the problem is you're going to have to use a screen with that because you're using an all-in-one that you'll need a screen.
Well, what I ordered is, let me share it again.
welcome back, AZ Joan, dude.
Okay, John, I'm going to do another really quick share here, show you the whole package of what I bought.
There you go. Jesus Christ, my eyes are blurry today. Jeez.
Do you see it again?
Yeah,
Okay. John, I got the Logitech 310 camera. Of course,
Yeah.
I got an SD HDMI cables.
Yeah.
And I got this right here to go with the computer.
that cable, you bought the cable too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was only $6. I forget what the heck.
Yeah.
Can you see that, John?
I can. Yeah, 23.8 inch. Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Very good.
But what I'm wondering now is, I think I made a mistake. Looking at this, I should have got the one with speakers.
Oh.
No, not necessarily. You have speakers, right?
Only in the all-in-one.
You don't have any speakers for any of the other computers or anything?
No, I do not, sir. I should
So
have.
you'll have to get some speakers. Go to Best Buy, get some cheap speakers or something.
I wonder what the difference in price is with speakers. It's only
Usually the
was
speakers
$20.
Usually the speakers in them suck, but they have come a long way with speakers, especially after listening to one of those little Amazon.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm using now the speakers in my all-in-one, and it sounds just
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, nowadays, back in the day when I used to buy that stuff and they had speakers in them, you never even used them because they were just terrible. They were good for like an office thing if you wanted to hear beeps and stuff like that, but as far as music or anything like that, forget it.
So it's got no speakers on your screen, on your thing.
right. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and what I might want to do is order that. It won't be here till Monday, and then send the other one back, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but you won't be able to go online if you don't have any speakers.
Okay, buy it
Only a
now.
couple bucks more speakers. You're still sharing.
Okay. Can you
Okay.
text?
Okay, let me stop share.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
well, I just wanted the numbers.
Right. So,
Hey, Sam. How you doing? Hey.
hello, Sam. Hey.
Oh, yeah, you're working today. Yeah, okay.
I'm supposed to be working, but good to see you, Sam. Oh, Jesus. And as far as that drone being stable, that thing was absolutely rock solid. So I don't know if Captain Drone there had an issue with his or what, but it was actually more stable than my Mini or anything like that. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah, John Copey. Copey, he just bought a new computer and a new monitor. Yeah.
So he can do his from Studio B on Monday nights, 5 p.m.
Well, the thing of it is that even when I'm doing other things, it just is so slow on stuff. You know, it
Oh,
just
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I understand your frustration.
well, it's got a Celeron processor and only 4 gig of RAM.
Well, it's got the small Celeron because the one
Yeah.
you're getting is still a Celeron. It's just not the small one.
Yeah, but it's got an SD card in it. That one, 512 gigs. So
Yeah,
that's gonna help too.
he's got a solid state drive in it,
Yeah.
and it looks like it has a separate video card. I looked at it quick, which
Yeah.
NVIDIA or whatever. Yeah.
that frees up all the resources. So, what's this link?
I'll check that link out. That's what's going on there this weekend. He says the Wickenburg Chamber of Commerce. Okay.
What do you want? Right back. She's a bugging the hell out of me.
Oh, so if that's in your area, Sam, that means you're going to be busy.
Yeah, that's right. That's why he's at work.
Yeah.
Bunch of guys drinking too much, getting kicked in the head by a horse or something, or
It sounds like it's fun. All sorts of activities. Senior rodeo. So they got old bulls and old riders.
Red Dog Drone says, did you guys see Russ from 51 Drones last video? Confronted by cop. Check it out and tell me if you would handle that different.
I would have handled it a whole lot different, but hey.
Oh yeah, he was confronted by.
Well,
What happened?
If I were to critique it, and I like Russ, but he shouldn't have been as timid as he was. You know, he had an opportunity because the deputy that he was flying near railroad property or over railroad property.
Okay.
And the cop told him he couldn't do that and blah, blah, blah. He says, well, you know, I try to fly. I would have said, with all due respect, because the cop on several of the things when he was talking to Russ, it almost appeared to me like the cop was trying to glean some information from him too. And Russ
I'm sure the sheriff didn't know anything.
Yeah. And there's a way kindly.
And he's got all these cameras out there, I'm sure, and he had his 51 drone thing on, and
yeah, and he just kind of like backed down. He kind of like, because he didn't want to confront the guy, but there's a way to educate without feeling as though he got confronted. And I just thought it was a missed opportunity because in the end he says, well, I'm sure he'll go out and research it. Well, he's going to go back and he's going to talk to the sergeant or the captain, and they're going to say, no, they can't do that. They can't do it. And that's going to be the definitive. He's not going to go check into what the FAA rules and regulations are.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're all supposed to now. They're all getting trained on this stuff.
Yeah,
At least
but
in my area, they are. They're all going to school. They're all getting trained. They're all getting licenses. They have a whole little team now in Westfield here.
Well, you could just tell where Russ is flying. He was flying by Minot, Minnesota.
Well, he's already doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's flying from inside his car, and the new laws say you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, the new regs that are coming up.
Well, they're actually out. They're actually out and they're enforcing them since last month. So the car thing was always there. You're not supposed to fly from inside your car.
Well, see, he's a 107 pilot, but he just seemed so timid, and he didn't like when the cop says, "Well, do you know anything different?" Well, no, I just try to fly respectfully, and I think he was intimidated, really intimidated by the sheriff deputy, and he shouldn't have been. He should have been talking to him just like you would have a conversation, not be nasty, not be negative, not be aggressive. But
Yeah.
that was my only take.
I see the cops kneeling down next to the car talking to him. I can't hear what he's saying.
He's in his truck. He's in his truck. And so I think
the other cop is? The cop?
No.
Yeah, because the cop's knelt down now and he's got his arm resting on his window, unless his truck's extremely tall.
I think he has a big 4x4, but I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
the idea is that I just thought it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny West, good morning.
I'll have to listen to the video.
You know, and everybody praised him for the way he handled it, and I don't disagree with that. I just thought he should have been more forthcoming.
Just like politics, everyone has their own idea of everything.
Yeah. Eileen, how you doing?
Especially as a 107 pilot, you know, you shouldn't be kind of when the officer makes misstatements that he's not really sure he's making the right statements, and you just okay.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I like Russ.
I didn't see the video, so.
But
Thank you, Mia Drone Adventures. Yes.
But then again, everybody has opinions.
Yeah. True. Don't forget, Paul, check out the chat by saying things in the chat to you.
Yeah. Helene, how you doing? Johnny West. Sam is here.
Man, I've got a lot of skidoos here this morning, believe me.
Yeah, Sam says in his department, if any questions, they're not being trained. They all come and ask Sam.
Hey, Drone Shots, how you doing? Good morning.
Matter of fact, the next town over, I didn't know this. It's illegal to fly a drone, even if you're a 107 pilot, anywhere in Holyoke.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Is it an FAA
State
no fly zone?
The city
No,
can
they can't pass that regulation.
They absolutely did.
They cannot. It was proven in court. The court case that just went through.
They did, and they take your stuff and everything. I know what you're saying, but state by state is different.
It isn't. Federal law supersedes.
I'm just telling you what they're doing.
They may be doing that, John, but you need to get a group of people together and say bullshit, because
hence there's the problem. You cannot get groups of people together anymore and fight the city.
Well, you can if all of a sudden that city says to that city, well, we did it, you can do it. That city does that city, and then pretty soon your whole state's going to be a no-fly zone because
this is Massachusetts. I don't know if you've ever looked at Massachusetts about anything, but we are kind of bass backwards. That's why I want to get out. Did I explain my rainwater tax to you yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Went from $635 to $2,100, and they won't tell me. Matter of fact, now I've got to call into the mayor now, and the next one I'm emailing the state representative because to get the information, Freedom of Information Act, because they will not tell us why and how and anything else and why they went up. They quadrupled it, and they won't tell us. Matter of fact, yesterday I spent an hour on the phone getting transferred from place to place in the city, and they finally gave me to an engineer, and the engineer says, you got to talk to the water department. And I said, the water department just transferred me here, said it's your responsibility. And he starts laughing. He says, you're going to get jerked around. He says, you might have to call the mayor or something, because I just do the engineering.
Be right back. Gotta go outside.
Yeah, so today I'm gonna probably take some pictures of the new car, or I'll make a small video and I'll post it. One of the two. I was supposed to meet up with Andrew at the garage yesterday where I was going to get my car because he only lives about 15 minutes away from there. But damn it, by the time I got there, it was too late.
So I'll share this about Holyoke, Mass, which he says is illegal. Like I said, every city and state have different rules.
Yeah. But remember that guy that went to court in Michigan?
That's Michigan. Again, every state. So that you should see, and this is from September of 16.
2016.
Unlawful to operate the flying robots over private or city property without written consent, and no one gives you written consent.
Huh. They're too afraid. They don't know the laws. That's why. How's the new car fly? I wish it flew pretty good yesterday. Oh yeah. Red dog.
So the police would enforce the drone ordinance for the first offense, bringing a written warning. The second one's a $100 fine. Third one's a $200 fine. 300 over the proposal. They've since done better than this, so I'll have to find the new stuff.
Okay. Caesar's droning. Hope you're doing good. Well, you know, I just got a notification on my live. Most likely. Yep.
Come on, Mia. You a little cold?
Here we go.
That is funny. How high does the new car fly?
Oh, Mia had to go. Mia had to go.
Yeah. Yes, John Spizo, everything's going good this morning. Yes, sir.
A lot of Johns in here today. Johnny
Yeah.
West, John Spizzo, Steve.
Red Dog, how you doing? Johnny West, I think I said hello to you. And
Oh,
Caesar's
Fine.
drumming time. How you doing? John Spizo.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Now we got two Johns in here.
Oh, we got more than two. Jesus, I can't believe it.
Oh, Johnny West too. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. We're rocking and rolling with the
He
Johnny.
has drone adventure. And make sure you guys hit that like button. I keep forgetting. Let me go check to see if I did. Yeah, I hit it.
I did. Oh, I didn't on. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong one. Let's go back to my page. There we go. I did hit it.
So did you get a chance to fly the your new one yet, John, or no?
Yeah, in the garage. That's it. I'm hoping after I do all these deliveries today, that's why I'm charging the batteries on it. I'm gonna fly it at my friend's house, the FAA guy that has his FAA license now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up there because I'm gonna be close to him where I'm delivering all these wood pellets and everything.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second.
I have my Mini
Okay.
and I have my Mavic Pro with me because the batteries are charged on that. My Mavic Pro 2 I don't have with me, or my Air or any of the Parrots or any of that.
Well, now how's the wind there?
Right now it's calm. I mean, it's light wind, maybe 3 mile an hour. The flags are just fluttering. Hopefully after 12, it's going to be warmer too, because I will not fly it if it's still 7, 8 degrees out.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now, but hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 16 degrees outside.
16.
It's getting warmer.
Getting warmed up.
Yeah, it's supposed to be sunny all day, and About 2 p.m. it should be about 27. It's saying. Then at 3 it's going to get cloudy. It's only going to get up to 28 today. I'll try to fly it. I don't know how it's going to do in the ice cold like that.
What's his name? Captain Drone. He was flying, and it was like in Canada, and it was like
minus something. I know.
Yeah,
I did watch it.
He flew the Skydio.
So I watched a few of these yesterday afternoon while I was charging the batteries and everything and screwing around here. And I haven't seen one person yet say that you cannot operate the drone without a SD card in it. So if you don't put an SD card in that drone, you cannot do anything with it. You can update it, you can do all that, but it won't show you the camera view on your phone. Won't let you go into the program. It lets you go in and set some things, but you cannot do anything else.
Yeah, I have a question for you because I can't remember. I used to watch a lot of it until I canceled my order. Does the SD card, is it a slot like we're used to in DJI, or do you got to go down and put it in the thing, a clippy clip thing, or?
No, it's a slot, and it's underneath where the battery is. So, and I'll tell you what, it took me like 8 tries to get it to snap in. And I have a brand new one I had bought. Luckily, I had an extra one. They don't come with one. And it tells you to first install one, but it doesn't say why to install it. You know, like on the DJI stuff and everything, if you don't have a card in it, you can still do everything. It just won't record to the card. It'll record to your phone and stuff. And I noticed it doesn't record to your phone at all.
Yeah.
So it's all on that. And if you don't have that SD card in, which I'm surprised no one else did, but everyone just instantly puts an SD card in because they want to capture footage, obviously. But I just wanted to play with it here inside the little shack yesterday. And I couldn't do anything with it. Not a thing. As soon as I went in the other building, and then I looked in my back of my car, I have my little bug out bag there for my stuff with extra propellers for every plane and or a helicopter. And I actually keep I had an extra brand new 128 gig U3 card in there. So I put that in when I was in the shop, and bing, the thing wakes right up. Everything's good. But it took a while for that to, it was like you had to free up something inside. It would not snap in. And then finally it snapped in, and I took it back out and it snapped right back in again, and had to work it a little bit. But I was surprised no one mentioned that, because like I said, on all the other drones, you know how it is. You can put them up in the air and everything without an SD card in them.
Passion for hunting and fishing. Good morning. Mana, how you doing?
Oh boy, now I know why Paul just got up.
Yeah, me too.
What did you say, Roger?
Get ready for your mute button, guys.
Roger, what did you say?
Mana.
This Manamana brought to you by Roger at Canadian Drone Hub.
Okay, Sam, you take care.
Bye, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Chat with you later, Sam. Have a good one.
Don't work too hard today.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Skydio, I'm surprised you have to plug it into the drone, and the drone actually turns on when you, and it gets real hot when you charge batteries through it. So
that's what somebody else mentioned, that it was really, really warm.
Yeah, it's on the other table there.
Everybody, please hit that like button on the way in or way out.
But it's on the table there, blinking away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have it plugged in. I already have 2 of the batteries charged. The controller, there's no way to check the controller, by the way, either.
How long did you fly yesterday for?
Oh, about 15, 20 minutes inside, screwing around.
Okay.
I thought there might be video on the phone, but I checked this morning, there wasn't. And it's sure it's got a cute little case that has a lot of the stuff that fits in it.
Do you have it? Does an SD card fit in the drone itself, or?
Yeah, you can't do anything without putting that SD card in. I was just explaining that to Paul there.
Okay.
You can't see video, you can't do anything. It won't let you fly it, nothing without an SD card in.
Okay, so you got to take the SD card out to see, or plug up your computer to it to get the video from last night from the garage.
Yeah, I'd have to connect my phone back to it and download it that way. Or, like you said, connect the PC to
Okay.
it. But now I'm back to the same situation, which I don't want to be using my phone to fly.
Yep.
And I don't have, there's no way an iPad or anything would fit in the little controller they have. You could fly it from the iPad without anything because it is, the whole idea of this drone is not to use a controller, basically. It's supposed to fly by itself. And then you watch it on your device, you know, your phone or whatever. You always, even with the beacon, I guess, you watch it through your phone to see what it's looking at.
Yep. Yep. Well, I think, John, somebody makes an aftermarket extension for that controller to put an iPad in it.
Oh, you think so? Because it's kind of a shitty design. And there's no way to tell that I see. I'm keeping everything in a bag right now. I'm keeping everything in the, you know, like a
Because the
bin bag.
controller lights up when he lifts up the thing, right? When you lift it up.
Yeah, one little light. It's not like there's a scale that I've seen. So there's a little red light that would be on in the back when you're charging it. You open it up, there's a little blue light on the front.
Okay.
Other than that,
I don't know how to fit an adapter on that for it.
Somebody makes something. What it does is,
because the
you put
antenna's in this.
yeah, you put your controller into this extension, and then you see the top of that hook hooks onto a hook on the back of your extension, so your iPad's actually ahead of it a little bit.
Okay.
It goes in the bottom hook, but then it goes at an angle past it.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no way to tell how charged this Parrot controller is. And this up here.
What's those two buttons in the back of your controller, John?
So this one over here is
They don't
up and down on the camera.
Okay.
And this is a zoom in and out.
Yeah, they did that instead of having the wheel. You know, we used to use the wheel up there.
This takes shots and everything.
Yep.
And this one, no one seems to talk about much. I think it just centers the camera. Haven't played with it yet. Now on the front, it's got a home button.
Okay.
And then, takeoff and landing. And you cannot control the drone with the controller until it gets 8 feet up.
8 feet?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. And I just read that. But I'm not.
Well, I give you a lot of credit, John, for being a test pilot.
Johnny West is asking John Donardo, what model is that Skydio?
It's the Skydio 2, the one that everyone's ranting and raving about.
It's the Blue Bomber.
Yeah, it's over there charging, or I'd bring it over.
The other one was black and it unfolded. It looked like a.
Yeah, and it was real loud. This one's not that loud. They should have done a little better on this. They should have followed more of a DJI way of doing it.
Hi, Drone 69.
Yes.
Chris, how you doing this morning?
As far as this up here, I can already see that when you have something that flexes, you're trying to pull, look at that, and it flexes. I don't know if you can see that. Eventually that will break.
I think universally, everybody that's done reviews were not impressed with the controller.
Yeah, and not having just a cheap little indicator to tell you what the battery life is in the thing.
Yep.
Is depressing. Now, when you connect it to your phone, let's do that. What the heck? I got another 5 minutes or so. I'll probably be late.
Man, the man says, what if you go 8 feet up, then go to 2 feet?
You
Can
can
control it then?
change the controller or the thing I just read that you can change that so you can control it lower to the ground. But I guess when it takes off, I just read a thing where it takes off, you don't really have any control until it stabilizes itself, I guess.
Hey, guys, I'll break back. There's somebody here, so.
But I'm not 100% sure on that, so we'll have to see because I'll
Yeah,
have to-
it'd be interesting to see if during takeoff, if you gave it the down stick, if it would stop or not.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can hold the down stick as long as you want when it's a couple of feet off the ground. It will not land.
It won't land. Huh? So you actually have to tell it to land?
Yep, you have to press the land button.
So you can't come in and do a manual landing?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming that 73% right there is what the controller is. Come on. See here, it says 73% there.
74%?
Is it 74 now? Oh yeah, it's going up. It was
Well,
just
be interesting. Keep your phone on like that, and no, I was going to say turn off the controller, but you can't do that. Well, what
Yeah, you
it
can.
should tell you, it should
I
tell you,
I can shut off the controller. I can just shut the
yeah, but it
top.
should tell you on the screen. Oh, you don't have the drone is not turned on. So
No, I don't have the drone turned on. That's why I'm saying that. Oh, now it went to 75%. So I think the controller right now is charging my phone.
Oh,
I'll find out. I'm going to shut. I shut that. So the controller's off now. And it still has the little green bar up there, but it doesn't say anything on it.
so do you think your controller battery is now charging your phone?
Yeah, the post office is here.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Canadian Drone Hub. Roger has company and John has the mailman. So here we are. So what I think it's time for. Mana do 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 do. Mana do 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 do. Mana do 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 do. Mana.
Oh, okay. So let's
I'm
see if
back.
my phone is at 75%. No, my phone's
Manam,
at 95.
Manam entertained while you were both gone.
So
Okay.
what I'm guessing is my phone's actually, maybe it's charging the controller because my phone's at 95%. That was saying it was at 73, then it was at 74,
Yep.
then it was at 75 when I just did it. I'm going to go back into that app and see.
Okay. Some guys are asking questions in the chat.
That's good.
I got
I'll
20
get to 'em.
people watching, 14 likes.
Yeah.
Everybody, please hit that like button.
I don't know enough about it yet, Johnny West. If it's comparable, right now it's not. Definitely not. The DJI equipment's, I would say 5 times better just out of the box. The Mini is 10 times better out of the box than this. So now it's at 79%, Paul.
Yeah.
So who knows? Being an American company, I don't want to put them down too much, but they
Red Dog says your phone is now charging the controller.
that's exactly what I think is going on. Now it's at, and if it is, my phone's charging it pretty damn quick because now it's at 80%. We started off at 73 and we've only been doing this for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Mana.
Okay, man, no problem.
Take care. Yeah, that's what I think. My phone
Bye, Manamana.
is charging the controller.
So today you got John. You're pretty well occupied.
There's my alarm.
Yeah.
A little bit, yep. I got to go take the plow off and get the truck make sure all the straps and hold downs are in there because I got to move couple tons of pellets for some people.
Now you're moving pallets for a friend. It's not your pallets, right?
No, they're not mine. No.
Okay.
Yep. And then I was planning on, well, I wanted to go down to the air show thing with the FAA people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That started at 10 a.m., 10 to 3. But I had to come to work, so then I was going to do that. But then I got this job to move these pellets. So,
Okay.
yeah, now we're at 82%. That's got to be the fastest charging out of a cell phone ever, if that's what it's doing, Paul, and everybody in the chat.
Yeah, because unless when you unplug it, what percentage is your phone at?
95.
Okay.
I can see my phone. My phone's at 95% now. Now that the way it's connected right now, just plugged into it. See, now I can actually get into this stuff and I can change options inside for the controller, and then you can go to the phone, change that so it has different joystick, this, that, or the other. Go back to the drone. It says Skydio 2 will try to stay at least 8 feet above the ground while tracking for safety of nearby people and objects. This may degrade tracking performance. If I undo that, it'll go real close to the ground while tracking, and it could smash into the ground, it's saying.
Right. Yeah, and especially since you're just playing with it.
Yeah.
And now that I just took that and unchecked it, it says Skydio 2 can fly close to the ground while tracking. Always use caution and beware of nearby people and objects.
Okay.
So I leave it at the 8-foot mark. What was that, Roger?
I was just saying hi to Howling Fun RV Adventures. How you doing? If I'm not mistaken, it's Dana. How you doing?
Hey, Howling.
For the price of that Skydio, it looks worth a shot. I'm going to check it out.
Well, for what you get for $9.99,
You don't get the controller or the beacon.
it's a little iffy. So you got to spend about $1,400 to get
The
2
beacon.
extra batteries, a beacon, and a controller.
And my suggestion, being a non-Skydio owner, is I would suggest you get that power charging brick so that it can charge separately. But that's just my opinion.
I would definitely, and I wanted to see how the charging and everything, because a lot of people aren't telling you everything about this Skydio, and I don't know why. You would think they would tell you right off the bat, because it doesn't come with an SD card, and if you're anxious and you don't have an SD card, you want to just fly it and see what it's all about. You cannot do that without an SD card in it, which I was surprised. No one that I've seen. I've only seen a few reviews on this, and I did watch all the beta test people, and they didn't say anything like that.
Out of the box, John, was there any update you had to do on the?
There was, yep. Did an
firmware?
update. And you got to do it with your phone, basically, or a computer, because if you don't allow it to use your, and you can't be connected to Wi-Fi, because it's Wi-Fi. So it connects to your phone, it seems, through the Wi-Fi, even with the cable in it.
But you have to hardwire it to your computer in order to do the updates. Is that what you're saying?
I believe it. You do. I don't know, because I gave it access to use my cellular network.
Uh-huh.
Because I always do, just in case it needs something. So, and I have unlimited minutes, so it doesn't matter on my end. If someone had limited minutes, I wouldn't recommend that, because it was a big update, and it downloaded it all through my cellular service, because I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi because I was connected to the drone through the Wi-Fi. Right. And I don't know if I could have plugged my phone directly into the Skydio, because it didn't tell me that. It just said disconnect your phone from the controller. And after it did an update to the controller, and then it updated from my Wi-Fi to the Skydio, and it updated that and it rebooted.
And the Skydio is a Wi-Fi drone, right?
Yeah, when it's connected to something, yes. If
No,
you
what I
have it by
mean,
itself,
as far as flying, is it Wi-Fi?
it's Wi-Fi if you're controlling it. So that's what you got to remember. This drone is made to fly autonomously. It's not made to fly with all this stuff. It's supposed to follow the beacon, which I don't know how they communicate yet. The beacon and that, I don't know if it's GPS. I don't know if there's a signal between, because it doesn't mention anything about an antenna on that little beacon or anything. And,
See, I don't know either, but I was always in the assumption it was Wi-Fi, and that's the reason that once it gets not very far at all away from that beacon, it stops and whatever.
Right, it stops. And the home point, to bring it back, it doesn't have a compass in it. So the home point itself, I don't know how they're using the software. It's got to be the cameras or something. I don't know exactly. I don't know enough about it yet. But now that I have one I can play with, I'll have these questions fresh in my head, and now I'll be able to look them up and see how it does it. I read a little bit of the manual. The manual skips right over not being able to do anything if you don't have an SD card. It just says insert an first thing you do is insert an SD card.
Bye, Mia. Thanks for being here.
Bye, Mia.
Yeah, well, especially in your case, John, being a ham radio operator, you kind of like to know all about that.
Well, yeah, and I didn't want to get tainted by everyone else's stuff, so I wanted to experience it firsthand. Sure. And now I'm going to go do all the research. Okay, what about this? What about that? The thing that just irks me a little bit is nobody mentioned you have to put an SD card in it to do anything with the drone.
Out of the box, yep.
Out of the box. And it doesn't come with one. For that kind of money, I don't know why they wouldn't get one in there, even if it was an 8 gig or something small,
Yeah.
So with a 128 gig card in there, a U3, it said I would get 2.5 hours worth, or 2 hours and 47 minutes worth of 4K video. Which, that's not bad.
Yeah, and especially if you're out doing a trip and going to multiple locations, that's important. Now, in my case, John, I live usually about a mile away from where I fly 99.9%. So as soon as I come back, I load it in the computer, format it, and stick it back in the drone,
Right. Yeah. I'm surprised you just don't go outside and fly from your house down, fly around the ship, and fly back.
I have flown over there to the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bofang radio, I'm thinking of getting my ham license so I can transmit on it. It's always a good thing to get a ham radio license. You can get the no-code tech. You can do everything you want on that. Unless you want to do all the low frequency stuff. If you want to do anything below 6 meters, you got to go take the test for Morse code and stuff, which I am not good at.
My son's got his ham license. I think Kim too has his.
Kim, yeah.
My son and him were very heavily involved in that in the younger years.
Oh yeah, me too. I just took my tower down.
Yeah.
It's a dying art because the FCC has taken all the frequencies away to fly these drones commercially, things like that. They're all on the frequencies that are starting to come around now.
Yeah.
That's my alarm saying you're going to be late.
Roger was dancing there. That was worth your alarm going off, John.
For the no-code tech part of the test, if you study, from the ARRL's website, if you get one of their books for $10-12, or go to a bookstore and you can get, the course to study for what's called a no-code tech.
So your ham radio must be about the same thing as here in Canada too, then, because don't forget Bill's in Canada.
Yeah.
So there must be the same laws.
They pretty much are. And if he's from Canada, I would check with someone like
Transport
Kim.
Canada.
Kim should know. I know in the United States we use the ARRL, and each country is a little different.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to be honest with you, I thought he was
No, Bill's in Newfoundland.
he's in Newfoundland, right?
No,
So
Bill-
it might even be easier for him. Some places it's harder. Usually the United States is the hardest one to get a license in.
Did you have to know how to fly a helicopter when you get your basic license here?
No, the ham radio stuff was straightforward, all about ham radio itself.
Yeah.
Building and the proper frequencies, things like that.
And they changed it to no code too now, didn't they?
Years ago, I got licensed in 1981 was my first license, and that's what I took, was a no-code tech. I used to do stuff on all the other frequencies because, again, it's like having a remote pilot. You can use someone else's license to transmit on all the other frequencies. And I used to know Morse code, and but then we started building these devices that would actually listen to the Morse code and type across my computer screen and tell me what the guy is saying.
Yeah.
And then I could just hit a button and send back the information that I pre-programmed back to him with my PC in Morse code.
Or you could actually type it in and hit send, right?
Yes.
And
it was easier just to put a package together and hit one button and zip.
Yeah.
You hear all the amplifiers and everything click on and zip, sends it out. And then we got into this moon stuff. So
Somebody hear me right back.
When you get into moon bounce, you have to use a PC to, because everything's transmitted over a millisecond. All your information's transmitted so quick.
Okay.
That and when you have the Perseids meteor shower and stuff, with that stuff coming through the ionosphere and it leaves that trail, you can bounce your signal off that to another place on the other side of the earth on like 6 meters and 2 meters and 432 megahertz, stuff like that. Okay. So it really was a fun thing to do, but all that's kind of scaled way back.
Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. It'd be much appreciated. I had 22 people on here a while ago. Now there's only 17, but hit that button. Yeah, so it's going to be one of those days again today, but it's not going to be as bad as yesterday there, that's for sure. I got to do a couple of errands there.
Yep.
And then Monday I got to go to the license bureau.
Get that. Mana says he's still waiting for his ride, so he's still hanging out with us.
Okay. Yeah, they gave me all the papers and everything to put the plates on the car, so I got to get that done.
Me is looking at my Tim Hortons box.
Don't give her any of that. She'd be way too hyper.
Yeah. Manamana still here, just waiting for his ride.
Yeah.
Newfound says it's really cold there. I bet it is. What's your temperature there, Roger?
Right now, it's doing minus 22 Fahrenheit.
Oh.
30 Celsius.
Hey, John, I'm glad I'm not up there for winter palooza.
Right? Although we'd be warm, it'd be fun.
The sun's out. You just gotta find your spot where there's no wind and just sit in the sun.
Yeah, the wind's blowing pretty good here. I look across the street, the flags are all.
Yeah. Since I've been on the computer this morning, I think I saw about 100 skidoers go by altogether. There's a lot of skidoers.
Really?
Newfound Drone Productions. Check out that link. That'll get you what you need to know, I believe. There's a study guide right on that page. You can go to self-study course for Canadian basic, advanced, amateur ham radio exams.
Well, just to answer Johnny West's question.
Johnny West has a question. What did you get? Oh, at Tim Hortons.
And he went only 20 minutes before the show started.
Boston creams, and I bought 6 of them this morning, and only 2 left.
Boy, Lynn and Mia ate a lot of those.
Yeah, my teeth would be chattering if I ate all those. Oh my God. Those are sweet. Those are the sweetest ones you can get.
Oh, they are good. Yeah, John is the man. He knows all. If you have any questions that we can't answer,
I
Mr.
wish.
DiNardo. That's why he's always known as Mr. DiNardo.
I used to be spot on, and nowadays I'm getting a little lax, I think.
A little rusty.
A little rusty. Some of my stuff is just ancient and the times have changed. You know what I mean? But on that note, before
You
my
gotta
alarm
go.
goes off
You
again,
gotta go.
I gotta go take that plow off. I gotta package up this Skydio. Well, I'm gonna wait now because it's still charging. So I'm gonna go do my plow stuff.
Yeah.
Swap vehicles, get that out and running. And hopefully that's done because I'm gonna bring that with me in the truck. Because I don't want to come, 40 minutes back, get my car, and then
Yeah.
oh, shit, that's right. So I got to remember to put everything from my car in my truck too. I have all my backup stuff, my landing pads and extra stuff, and my vest and my license is in my car.
Okay. Do I see John Donato? I've been around enough, I guess. Even looks like John has lost 5 to 6 pounds.
Oh, Bill.
Hey, Coast to Coast Drums.
That's-
How are you?
That's because you got his beard trimmed there, Coast to Coast Drums.
Hey, Bill. Hey,
I actually did lose more weight.
John is Bill. John is a model for. Remember the
Just
where
for
you-
men, the beard stuff.
Yeah, the beard stuff. Yeah.
That's right, because if I didn't do that, it would probably be all gray, right? It is all gray. You just can't tell. You can see when I go on my phone, my beard and hair is totally different than these cameras that I have, the Logitech camera. So that's why I always come on from here.
Well, Bill wants to know, or is it the haircut? But I'd say it's the beard thing.
Yeah.
It's gotten fuller
Actually-
lately. It's like it's getting.
Actually, I'm due for my monthly haircut next week.
Yeah.
Okay, man, bye for now.
What time here? When is it? Oh, won't read my thumbprints. Let's see.
See, John's got all those high-tech phones with thumbprints and all this and that, or eyeball scans. And did you see, John, where somebody is selling a infrared dongle that you put onto your phone so that you can use infrared with your phone?
Oh, yeah?
My Logitech show as gray and bold. It broke. I'm taking it back. Dang it. Oh, okay.
So I sent my honey, one of those edible arrangements yesterday to her work and all that stuff. And I ordered it 4 weeks out. So I'd make sure it was there for noon because it's like one of those first come, first serve things on the times that they deliver it.
Sure.
Yeah.
They didn't deliver it yesterday.
So it just got there today?
So they went to her work this morning, which is closed, but there's a security guard there. Of course, everybody knows her. And said, no, but we have an emergency contact number for her. So they called her at home and they delivered it to her house, but it's the wrong one. So she just sent me a picture of it, and that's what she got?
That's not what you ordered.
No. I ordered one with all fruits in it, with pineapples, dipped bananas, and should have been cherries in the middle, or yeah, she just texted back, not as good as the usual, but I said, cool, that's not the one I ordered, but okay, as long as you like it.
Hey, Jay, how you doing? Nice to see you. Good morning from the cold north.
Oh, shit, that's right, I gotta go. All right, everybody. It's been
Okay,
on
John, you
always.
take care.
Hey, John.
Unfortunately, I have to cut it short this morning.
John, you stay out of trouble today because Roger and I are a little bit tight after our purchases, so we can't be sending a lot of bail money your way. But we'll
Right.
try and help.
You guys, holy smokes, we're like dead in the shop, so I'm not generating any money. I'm paying out enough. And Jesus, these damn things came in. These are expensive. Thank God I put it on a credit card. I won't have to pay until next month. And I usually don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But I think first impressions of the Skydio, being a DJI and a Parrot owner, they need to get their stuff together. There should have been a lot more in the package for the money. Like, they should have made ports on the batteries to charge them, not through the
Yeah.
Skydio itself. That's a big no-no. Yeah, because the drone's actually on, sitting over there while you're charging it. So the drone actually turns on. You physically got to shut it off
Yeah.
to take the battery off.
Hey, good
The
morning, Nanya.
Hi, Nanya. The battery design, bye, Lynn. Hi, Jay Santiago. The battery design with the magnet seems good. It does take a lot of force to get that battery off. I don't see any way that would fall off flying. If you hit something hard enough, yes. Hey, Ron. Absolutely. And I know coast to coast, they have a dual charger, but again, that's another extra thing to buy. And it charges 2 at a time. But if they had just put a Type-C port on the battery, you could charge just the batteries. It has an indicator light right on the battery, how charged it is and everything. I don't know why they want to go through the drone. Maybe they have all the electronics in there to balance charge it. But again, the drone gets very hot when you're charging it. And oh, it's done. It charges the batteries pretty quick because that was one light. So I would say that was like 20 or 30%. And now it's basically charged. And it's only been, I've had that one on there for, what, 40 minutes maybe? 35, 40 minutes? Yeah, it's done. It's solid blue right now. So, but that's
that's the only thing that would bother me was, you know, I don't like heat and electronics don't go together. And if that battery gets as warm as you say it does from charging,
it's not the battery, it's the drone.
The drone itself,
not the battery.
Hey, Ron, how you doing? Cusco Sean says they have the dual charger, but yes,
that's what I was saying to her.
Firmware's update getting it dialed in. I love the color profile. I feel it will improve.
Yeah,
Bill, back to the Wi-Fi. Mine gets hot.
Bill, what's your first impressions after owning your Skydio now for a week, Bill?
So it's on right now. I just unplugged the wire and grabbed it.
So how do you turn it off, John?
There's a button on the battery.
Oh, okay.
I haven't taken any of the stuff off of it or anything. I keep it the way it is. There's a button on the front. Now, it doesn't mention if you should be charging it with or without the gimbal on it, the gimbal holder either.
Well, what would make me nervous is that what you've just indicated, take that gimbal holder off while it's on and see if the camera starts to snap.
It won't. It doesn't. And it's a pain in the ass to get back on, and I don't have that kind of time, or I would. This is actually, I've had it off probably 8 times already, and it's just nerve-wracking to press this so it goes in between. So that goes in between that slot, and it's a tight fit, and then it pushes on
the back, on the housing.
Onto the housing. So you clip it onto the housing and then you grab this and try to line it up and squeeze it in. I don't find any other way, and that's how they tell you in the directions. And the drone right up top here it's hot. Battery's not at all. But the drone, after charging it, I mean, it's cooling off pretty quick, but when I first grabbed it, and there is some venting right here on the drone, just a tiny bit of vents.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, there's nothing. There is no vents anywhere to be seen.
Yeah, Coast Jones says, I know it will improve, but it still needs to work. But
Yeah.
look how long it took DJI to dial in the Phantom 3. It's going to take another 4 to 6 months to get it working the way we want. Okay. There is supposed to be another update very soon.
It did do an update last night when I first turned it on, but I'm sure they all do.
Yeah, because you just got it. So that's the updates that you got. Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as ease of app operation and everything, once you get over that hurdle of, oh, shit, here comes a customer too. Once you get over that hurdle of figuring out it definitely needs an SD card in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll show you now that I shut it off. I don't see that falling off. See that SD
Okay,
card?
it does have a slot. Yep, I see the bottom of the card. The red and gray. Yep. Red and gold, I think it is. Yep.
We'll see when I turn this on. Actually, you don't turn it on to charge it. That's the thing. So when you plug in the charger, it's not the same as turning the drone on. I tried it both ways. If you turn the drone on and set it down, it goes through a little turn on procedure. When you put the battery in and put the charger on it and it comes on, it doesn't do the same.
It doesn't do the startup. Okay.
No, it does not. It doesn't fit in the case with the battery on it that it comes with. Go ahead, Roger.
Passion for hunting and fishing. How you doing this morning?
Is there any way, John, for you to, if you decided to keep it, modify the case to make it a little deeper so that it would?
Not that I see, because these sit in a special spot.
Okay.
Foam. If you move it up too high, it's not going to work. They have it so it fits in there perfect without the battery on it. Everything's really close.
So it sounds to me like you're going to be shopping for, if you decide to keep it, a GPC case.
Something, a case that'll fit but it looks like now you're going to go from a small, perfectly compact design with everything in it to a big case. You know, you're going to need a big case, I think. I'm not sure. I mean, the controller, a couple batteries, the wires, the charger. I think it'd be bigger than this case. This is my Mavic Pro, not the 2, but the regular Pro. I haven't flown this in a while, so batteries are charged on it. I'm gonna try and fly it.
He says, Coast Jones says, but John Donato, my drone never gets hot.
When he charges it, it doesn't get hot.
When you're charging, it doesn't get hot there, Coast Jones?
And I charged it both ways, with and without the gimbal on it. This is still hot. This I expect to get hot.
Hey, if it wasn't for the fact that John had to run, I would say Bill should come on for a minute so that they can chat and we can all learn.
Yeah, I have to go get the plow off and get going because I got to drive like 30 minutes to get to where I got to pick up all the loads of pellets.
He says, nope. And he says, the case.
Oh, he sent a link to the case in there.
Oh, okay. Let me grab that.
But Bill says his Skydio, when it charges, never got hot.
Huh. Mine gets warm when I charge. And warm, I mean hot. The top of this got hot.
Everybody, please hit that like button. Yeah, we could do it another day. Yeah, are you gonna be around tonight, John, or you being occupied tonight?
I don't know what the night's gonna bring, but we can see.
I'll be on again tonight.
Yeah, maybe Bill could drop in and the two of you could educate us some more on Skydio.
Well, what I'll do is I'll try again charging this without the gimbal guard on it. But like I said, it seems to act different when I just plug the cable in and charge the batteries than actually turning the drone on.
Well, in the manual for charging, does it say you take the gimbal guard off?
I
In
didn't
fact,
see it.
Bill-
I didn't see it anywhere.
Bill, I think could tell us when you charged your Skydio, Bill, did you take the gimbal guard off the camera?
See what he says.
And Coast Jones says, I think Billy was mentioning that his got hot when charged. Yeah.
His did get hot when charged.
Yes.
Right. So they get hot when they charge. The batteries do not get hot. So this fits in here without the battery on. See that? Can you see that, Paul?
Yep.
And then there's spots cut inside
yeah.
the top. There's no way to make that so the battery and everything would fit.
No. No, and plus that case isn't that thick anyway.
No, they made it just tight enough. You know,
Okay, he said, Coast to Coast said he always removed the gimbal guard when I charge. The gimbal does calibrate even during charging.
really, mine didn't, and I don't know if that's because of the new software or what. So that's only the third time I've charged it, and I charged it once without the gimbal guard on it, and it still got hot.
Yeah.
But that's good to know. I'll try it without the gimbal guard on it again.
Yeah, because the gimbal calibrates the same time when you're charging.
That's
Yeah.
what that's what he experienced.
Yeah.
So mine calibrates when it shuts off. There's a calibration it does when it shuts off. When it turns on, what time is it? Oh no, I now I gotta go. I was gonna take it all apart and do it again, but I can't. I actually
Okay.
I gotta go. But I will check that out because that's good to know. Like I said, I'm trying things for myself instead of getting.
That was my only thought was when you said you left that gimbal guard on, I just thought,
And I had done it both ways.
I wonder if it does a cycle. And you didn't get a cycle when you did it the other way.
Nope, not when I plug the cable in and plug it in the wall. When I physically turn it on, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't let me connect to the Wi-Fi. Like it was charging over there, it wouldn't connect. It should have connected to the Wi-Fi because this is all set to connect to it, and it didn't.
Yeah.
And the drone was sitting over there on or charging. But as soon as I take that wire out, it looks like it does something, so I shut it off.
Yeah. Johnny West wanted to know if Bill from Coast to Coast wanted to come on anyway because
Right? Why not?
he'd like to hear more about Bill's experience, but I don't know if Bill's busy or can or can't.
And the other thing was, which I found strange, my beacon was fully charged when I went to charge it.
When you got it, it was fully charged.
Fully charged. Yep.
That's unusual.
Because I was like, Jesus, it says it's 100%. As soon as I plugged it in.
Well, I sent you a link, Coast to Coast Road, just in case you have time. If you don't have time, we understand.
And
Yeah,
if you only can come on for a few minutes, that would be fine too, because everybody, Skydio, everybody kind of wants to glean whatever information that some people are waiting to order, and some people already are ordering.
Hi, John. I will be on tonight, John.
John, what time, Roger?
7.
7 o'clock. Okay.
All right. I've never got the lights to go off on mine. It just stays on. I physically have to shut it off.
Because I tried to go on last night, but I was too burnt to go on last night. So I'm sorry about that, guys.
All right, everybody, I got to run
Which lights were you talking about, John?
on the drone. The
So
drone
the
doesn't.
lights wouldn't go off.
Mine doesn't shut off.
So the lights.
Unless I push the power off on the battery, it does not go off after it's fully charged. It says it's fully charged. It'll sit there and it just
So you're
stays.
talking about the lights on the drone because the battery doesn't have lights, right?
The battery has lights and the drone has lights, and they all stay on.
Wow.
Yep.
Like it's connected.
Yeah, but you can't connect to it. It's not like the Wi-Fi is on or anything.
Weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
So I'll
Well,
have to see.
you're our official Canadian Drone Hub test pilot.
I'm gonna experiment with it both ways because, like I
Yeah.
said, I just got it and I've only
Yeah.
charged it 3 times. I charged it once without the gimbal guard on it, and the other 2 times I just charged it with it on it, and it got hot either way. So,
Yeah.
and it's not giving me any errors, like because I can't connect to it unless I physically shut it off and turn it back on again. Then it'll connect to my.
And it connects. Okay.
And it didn't connect to the controller either because it would have showed me connecting to the controller.
Right.
Okay.
And I had it open because it was on, on that whole time over there. All right, everybody.
Okay, John. Take care.
Talk with you later.
Drive safe, my friend.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Hey, drone shots. Bye, John. Hey, drone shots. Oh, that's okay, right? Just don't let it happen again. No, I was having my supper at 8:20 last night. That's what time I got in last night. I got in very late. Yeah. Hey, Herman.
Herman is here.
All right, everybody.
Okay, John. Take care. Drive safe, my friend.
Yeah, I will.
Hey, drone shots. Bye, John. Hey, drone shots. No, that's okay, right? Just don't let it happen again. No, I was having my supper at 8:20 last night.
Herman's got to mute his
I got in very late. Yeah, just looking for
Facebook.
it. Hey, Herman.
Herman.
There you go.
There you go, Herman.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? Good morning.
You sound a little gravelly this morning.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
When I get up in the morning, I got that little kind of little kind of stuff going, you know.
So how are you going out flying today there, Herman?
No, I would like to. I mean, it's too damn cold.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys that want to stand out there in below freezing temperature.
I'm the same way.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
Minus
get it.
22 here right now.
I get a kick out of Captain Drone. He goes out and does those drone reviews in 6-8 inches of snow, and he says, "Oh, it's -7 degrees," and he's out there flying, and I'm going, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
I mean, if it was snow outside, I would go out and get some shots. Get the video of the snow, but
Yeah.
no snow. It's cold, and the worst part about it, it's not windy at all.
Yeah.
So it's perfect air.
Here's a breeze there, and it's doing -22 Fahrenheit right now. So, no. Oh man.
I mean,
Since this morning, I says about 100 skidoers went by here doing their skidoing there on the trails.
Wow.
A lot of them today. They come in big groups. There's not just one or two. It's about 10 together all the time, 10, 20.
I went out one time flying in this temperature for, I remember we told you about Lawrence's birthday one time.
Right.
It was just too damn cold to stand there with that controller in your hand. Yeah. So, Paul, you been out?
No.
Hey,
Well,
Ed, how you doing? Hello, my drones.
I was out long enough, Herman, to go get me some of these.
Here, it's always colder when the sun comes out. Love my drones. Yeah. When it's
Go
cloudy,
figure.
it's nice and warm. But when the sun comes out, we freeze our butts off.
Go figure.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
If it there's one sunny day that it's not windy,
Yeah.
but it's cold.
North of 54, it's doing -30 Celsius here. Yeah.
Well, it's not that cold.
Oh, yeah. Not that cold. Okay.
No, it's not that cold, but it's cold enough. After a certain temperature, it's cold. It's cold. It's cold.
Yeah, the clouds hold in the heat. Yeah, I love my drones. You told me that yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, like I was supposed to go on last night, but man, by the time I got home from Montreal and all that, I was burnt. There was so many damn accidents there yesterday. People just don't know how to drive
Where?
in Montreal.
Oh,
It's
a lot of cars.
oh hell. I'm glad I don't live there.
Well, that's probably the problem.
I get into Montreal, my eyes burn, my throat burns, even during the winter because of the bloody smog and the you know, it's ridiculous too. Really fresh country air, and you go into Montreal, man. Oh God, smell everything. I actually usually it takes only an hour and a half to get to where I was going to yesterday, but yesterday it took almost 3 hours to get there.
Good morning, love my drones.
And to come back, it was the same bloody thing. Almost 3 hours to come back.
So, how was your adventures yesterday, Paul?
My adventures?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it took him about 5 minutes to get to his lazy boy. And it took him about 5
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I spent about well, if you add up all the time, probably about a half hour in the loo.
And then he spent some time on Amazon.
Amazon, yes. Buying a new computer.
Paul?
Yeah.
Hey, now squads, how you doing?
Yes, Herman.
2 o'clock in the morning, Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, morning,
Why?
yeah.
Why?
I couldn't sleep, and I thought, well, maybe my buddy Herman and Roger
Yeah, okay.
would be on there.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. You'd be surprised I had some people on there, too.
Hey, Novice, I sent you a link if you have time.
They couldn't sleep. They were on there.
Well, I don't know. I think they just woke up and got out of bed when they heard the alert.
Well, I thought about just calling you on the phone to tell you I was on, but I thought, I better not do that.
No, that wouldn't have been a good idea. Actually,
yeah.
I did hear the alert though.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
We were on for an hour and a half. Got off about 3:30.
Yeah, I was off about 3:32.
Yeah, Roger used to do that regularly. Roger was on from like 1:30 or 2 until about 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, but that was for a different reason.
He was talking to all his friends from all the other side of the world.
Other side of the pond.
Yeah. He wasn't not able to sleep.
Yeah, I know. Well, what happened is I fell asleep in the chair in front of the TV,
Mm-hmm.
and I woke up a couple hours later, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. So, hey, there he is.
Hey.
Good morning, you filthy animals.
Hey, Lawrence.
Now,
What's up?
why are you out in that cold?
He's out flying.
Dude, believe it or not, the air is calm. It's just
Yeah, I
cold
know.
out. Hold on. The flagpoles are limp.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look,
I know. I saw
let
the
me see.
wind.
Hey, who told you my nickname, Limp Flagpole?
Hold on. Let me see if you guys can see this.
Are you flying today, Novice?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
I think he's out running
All right,
errands.
you see the flagpole?
Yeah.
It was half.
Yeah.
The breeze, it's done. There's a breeze, and then there's not a breeze.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, Lawrence, where's all your snow?
Snow. We don't
I
do
have a
snow.
snow force field around New York.
I say,
No matter what you send, this way,
well,
it ain't coming.
every
And the
day,
KP is at 1.
every day,
I know.
Roger and I tell the snow god to please remember our friends in New York City.
10 degrees and
snow
I'd be out
gods.
there.
The snow gods cannot get through the force field. Excuse me. See, now that I'm
10
looking at the
degrees and I'd be
flagpole,
out there.
Yeah,
here it is. See, now you see the flagpole?
yeah,
It's barely blowing now, right?
yeah.
So the air is basically calm out here, just like a frigid. See, like you're
Okay.
smoking.
Well, Herman
Out
was
here.
just showing us the statistics, and it's pretty cold in the KP index. What's a KP index, Herman?
1.
1.
1.
Visibility.
Visibility is 10 miles.
This is ridiculous.
It is, and the sky has a nice blue hue. There's not a
The
cloud
only
in
thing
the
wrong
sky.
with it is it's too cold.
It's just the air is cold. See, like I'm moving around. As soon as you stop, you feel the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stand in one spot and fly the drone, you know.
So I was dinner last night, Herman.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Well, tonight I have to take the girls out. My mother's birthday was on the 8th. My daughter's birthday is on the 18th, and yesterday was Valentine's Day. So they're gonna hit me 3 times in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go get cigarettes.
One of
for a
those-
couple of days.
One of those things where I have to order soup, and everybody else can order what the hell they want.
You could have went and got cigarettes for a couple of days.
Yeah. I truly do understand how fathers say they're going to the store for cigarettes and don't ever come back. I really do, I must say. As I was saying, good morning, you filthy animals, this guy was coming out of his gate and he closed it back. He thought I was saying it to him.
That's
Yeah,
hot.
after I actually crossed the street, and then when I crossed the street, he came out of his gate.
How to win friends on a daily basis with Lawrence.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm actually a pretty nice guy, right, Herman?
So, Paul, you was talking about this drone, right?
See, that's that bull. That's okay.
Paul got a new
That's
computer.
okay. Paul got a new computer?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's the snowmobilers, Herman. Look at them out there frolicking around at 27 below.
That's ridiculous.
You can't
That
see
is.
it. You can't see it, Lawrence, but we have Canadian Drone Hub. He's got Roger's got the camera outside.
No, I see it. I saw it. I saw it. It was up. It was just up. I just saw it.
Yep, snowmobilers out there.
Listen, any place you can't drive a car, bus, or truck, stay the hell inside.
I mean, I get it, the snowmobiles, but after a while, I'd have to go back in.
Listen, all I know is if there's no snow, if you can't see the ground for several months, you should not live there.
You know, like they got those people who go on ski trips and they use it as an excuse to party and get drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
They
don't
never-
ski.
You know what?
They can't ski, never
Yeah.
could ski,
Yep.
but they're on a ski trip.
You want to know what? In high school, we had a ski trip, right? And I told them, I'm not going. And I said, they said, why are you not going? I said, because I don't want to be the only black guy up there. So they talked me into going, right? And the only time that I saw the snow was 3 times. The first time, getting off the bus, going into the snow lodge. The third time, we decided to have a snowball fight in the hotel. And the third time, the very last time, was going from the hotel to the bus. I do not play with snow. I don't like the snow. I don't appreciate the snow.
So you would be a big no for going to Roger's house and doing a snow angel.
I would piss one. I'm not
If you
laying
put down-
down in it.
You
If
have
you
to
put
break
down the
have to break
plastic, I'll do it, Paul.
You're gonna have to break the icicles off it though.
Yeah, it's a hard, yeah.
Yeah, I could believe it.
As soon as it leaves the gun, it would freeze and it would go ting 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 ting.
Well, see, once again, you're not listening to me. I don't like the cold. I said I would piss it. Maybe I would piss it out the window, but I'm not going out in the snow, man. It may freeze on the way down,
Yeah,
but that's about it.
yeah. It started out.
I got to
as
show
water
you
and
guys,
cube.
every 2 minutes, a plane takes off over my house. I don't know if you can see it, but every 2 minutes, a plane, I'm like right in their flight path. In fact, if you start up DJI app right now, it will tell you, instead of saying can't take off, it'll say, what are you, stupid? Because I'm going to wait here. It's a direct path
Which
straight
airport?
in that direction. I'm JFK International.
JFK.
I am 2.92 miles south of the airport.
Wow.
So what it is being that they're an international airport and they're one of the most on-time airports around the world. Here comes another one. Every 2 minutes, like clockwork, they come. Over the corner of the house right there, you should see one coming over the building. I don't know. You might be able to hear it through the headset. I don't know. But if you were to start a timer when I say now, exactly 2 minutes later, you can see it? I don't know, because I can't zoom in with this phone.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, if you start a clock 2 minutes from there, there'll be another one coming through shortly.
Yeah, I see the same thing over here, straight up Bedford Avenue, where they come across.
Yeah.
Every 2 minutes, they just keep
The ones that I can't believe is when they're really close to the airport and those planes, cast a shadow on your house.
Oh, that happens normally.
Oh, you ought to go
Where
by
my
the highway
mother-
and check that out.
Where my mother lives, where I grew up at, in the projects there, because the project, the tallest building is only 7 stories and the runway's exactly on the other side of the water, maybe about a mile away. They come down close enough for you to see small writing on the bottom of the planes.
Wow.
And I mean on a regular, before they refined the jet engines and made them a little quieter, when you remember we used to hear the Concorde take off, and they made them stop hitting supersonic over land. Was what was happening. Just after it would take off, it would go into supersonic to get out across the water. But people were complaining, windows were breaking, alarms were going off. So now that they made it to hit supersonic out over the water, what happens is after you see it disappear, about 2 minutes later, all of a sudden you hear this loud thunder, and that's it hitting the speed of sound, which made it kind of interesting. We used to see them take off. Hey, to get from New York to the UK in what, 3-4 hours? I think it was 3.5, almost 4 hours. That's pretty good.
You ought to stand out there on the runway when they start that thing up.
Oh no.
Well,
I know better.
I have.
Herman's been out there when they started it up, huh?
Yeah, I was working at the airport. That thing is loud and
It is.
for
It
no
is. In
reason.
fact, you know where I live, Herman, right? I'm like at the 2.92 miles away from the airport. But when it started up, because the longest runway, you guys can't see what I'm seeing, but the direction that I'm facing is at the end of the longest runway, and it can only land and take off on that runway because it was the longest one, and it would go out over the water. Paul, you're familiar with the planes doing a left turn?
Yep.
Of course, 107. That's
Yep.
exactly what they do. They would go off the runway, and then he'd make the first leg, and then they'd make the second leg over the water, straight downwind, and you hear him hit subsonic over the water. It's an incredible thing, and I get that you get to see the nose tilt down sometimes, depending on where it was coming in the land.
Yeah.
Because if the nose didn't go down, they couldn't see the runway.
Right.
But now now they decommissioned it. They have one on top of the Intrepid here in Manhattan. That aircraft carrier museum.
Yeah.
If you ever come to New York, that's a nice thing. They have a couple of boats over there, submarine you can go into, and even though it's tied to shore, I'm not getting in no damn submarine either.
No,
Hell to the no.
Pyro, how you doing? Hey guys, you're gonna give me a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, I gotta do something. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. All right, Roger.
Hold on the fort.
Manamana will stand in for you.
you know what's so funny, Lawrence? I wonder what that dude was thinking when he got that one stuck out there in Coney Island Creek.
I think he went there to ditch it. I think he went there to ditch it because it's a famous submarine, Paul.
Uh-huh.
That this a 2-man submarine this guy actually built. Herman
Well,
knows the story more about than I do.
He used to work, I believe, at the Navy Yard. It was built there at the Navy Yard. And I don't know exactly how he got it stuck out there in Coney Island Creek, but it's still.
He would have had, yeah, he would have had to, and he painted it yellow too.
Yeah.
Yellow
which
submarine.
was funny.
Yeah.
When you get, people ask, "Where's the yellow submarine?" Whenever you get a drone, one of the things people want to fly is that yellow submarine.
It's on Google Maps. Hey, Central.
Yeah,
It's on Google Maps. Coney Island. What is it called? The Coney Island Yellow Sub.
okay.
Novice, the submarine you're talking about, do you know what the name of it is? Is it the Nautilus by any chance?
Next to the Intrepid,
Yeah,
the submarine next to the Intrepid. I could not tell you the exact name,
because
but I do know.
I think the Nautilus was there for a while. I don't know if it's still there. My father actually welded on that submarine. He helped build that one. Yeah, it was the first nuclear submarine that the U.S. put out, I believe.
Then that's it. Then that's it. I know it's a nuclear sub. That's there definitely.
He helped build that thing.
And that was the first one. And now compared to the ones they have now, that one, 2 of those could fit inside one of our big ones.
Oh,
Big boys.
2, maybe 3.
2 or 3. I was trying to be modest about it. But
I think
I could go with 3.
They are huge.
Easy.
So what I do, scare Roger away?
He had to do something. I don't know what he's up to.
Shouldn't have anything that big underwater.
Let me explain something. There's a reason there's so much pressure down there.
Yeah.
If you're not a fish, you shouldn't have your ass down there. I don't care how
14.7
much
pounds
artificial air, how much floaty devices you got, and all of that shit. You shouldn't be down there.
So I take it you guys are against scuba diving. Is that?
Not me.
No.
I actually
I have done scuba diving. I said, man should not be down there in no giant can pumping air.
Well,
And they're recycling everything. They recycle the water, your farts, everything down there.
I'm not crazy about it. Well, there's a reason why a man needs things to be underneath the water.
Yeah.
That's the home of the fish. Let them hang out there. Even the whales and the dolphins still got to come up.
Mark, you've done a lot of scuba diving, haven't you, Mark?
Yeah, actually, I was an instructor for many years, and what I try to explain to the students is, although it's pretty impressive to go out in outer space, that's only one atmosphere of pressure change. As a scuba diver, you can go up to 2-3 pressure changes, 14.7 pounds per square inch every 33 feet.
I did it one time, and it was on vacation down in the islands, and it wasn't a real scuba dive. It was more like, okay, you took this class for half a day, and the very next day they took us to a lagoon where the water was calm and it was actually closed off. The only way water got in, it splashed over the rocks.
But looks cold there, Roger.
Oh, there's Roger's new car.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what he did. He pulled the car out.
Yeah.
How's it handling the snow?
Very good. Very good.
That's good. That's good.
I'm going to.
Looks like a James Bond car.
I'm going to take a video of it. Kim's going to take a video of it today, and I'm going to post it up tonight on my channel.
Cool.
Yeah. She handles great. Believe me, on the street.
Looks like Roger's getting into his older hot rod stage. The next thing you know, I have a Lamborghini parked out there.
Yeah.
He's having a
No, he
midlife
wouldn't. Not
crisis.
with that snow.
No, no.
But I did have my eye on a beautiful Cadillac, but it was a bit too expensive.
No, Roger's more of a Ford Raptor.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah.
In that weather, yeah. A little bit more practical. Unless he goes with the Escalade, you know.
Roger said, no, Paul said Lamborghini. That would just sit there.
Yeah.
I'd just be able to drive that 2 months out of the year.
2 months.
2 months. 2 months. Try a month. A month if you're lucky.
Although I've seen
July and August.
I've been in Montreal and I've seen the Lamborghini drive through there, but you know what? That city ain't really built for Lamborghinis either.
Well, Roger said he had to go to Montreal twice, right, Roger?
Yeah.
He said the roads were terrible.
Oh, the roads are bad.
Potholes and
I mean, man, I don't panic when I drive or nothing like that. But man, was I swearing like anything like yesterday? Oh my God.
You were in Montreal yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it's not much better than New York, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
geez,
where Roger
thanks.
bought his car over there.
Well, I'm talking about middle of the city, man. It ain't that easy. I mean, if you're not used to that kind of driving, it's a white knuckle for sure, especially if you don't know where you're going.
I guess
Especially
you're right
if you
about
don't-
that.
Especially if you don't know where you're going. That's what makes it worse.
Yeah.
That's all the Uber drivers.
Exactly.
Oh,
And they have this thing in the city here where if the Uber drivers drive at the speed limit or slower, they get extra points and they get recommended more. So
They suck.
you literally have a 20. But listen, you have a 25
They
mile
don't
per hour
deserve
zone,
to be on the
and
road.
everyone's
They
doing 20.
suck.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that all the Uber drivers in New York suck.
No, you're saying Uber drivers
Lyft too.
they're not certified drivers. They're just self-employed through the app, sort of, right?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think the only thing they do is they require you to have a specific inspected vehicle is all.
Oh, really? Well, I would hope so.
Yeah. In other words, you can't show up like the clamp and say, "Hey, climb on the back," you know.
Well, you
think
can't do
Yeah,
that with
but
any.
people-
You really can't do that with any taxi.
Yeah, right. Unless you have enough money to pay off the authorities.
True.
Oh, did I say
That's
that
true.
out loud? Oops, sorry.
So,
What's good, Mark?
Not much.
what are you
Nothing,
up to there,
everything's
Mark?
good. Not much. Just relaxing. Just started my first day of my week off. So
that's cool.
yeah, I slept in.
Oh, okay.
I slept in to 6 o'clock.
That sounds like seriously. That sounds like me.
Yeah,
I tell Herman or my wife I'm going to sleep in, and I still get up 5:36.
I woke up. I was tired, but I'm like, I can't sleep anymore. So I got up and just started putzing around and doing.
Oh,
stuff.
sorry, that's the dog's.
You know what's going to happen by the time you get used to sleep until about 6. It's going to be time to get back to work.
Oh, of course, of course.
I have to agree though with rigor mortis. He'd rather die from drowning than have your lungs blow out in space.
Oh, but it's faster.
Well, oh
It's
no.
faster.
You would die faster in space. Now drowning, and this is I haven't tested it personally, but from what I saw in the documentary, they say when you drown, it
It's
takes your
long.
brain longer to shut down, which means literally, even though you're not breathing, your eyes are still seeing and recording, and your brain's picking it up.
Yeah.
So basically, you're floating there, and until the tunnel vision hits in, where your brain shuts down, you literally see yourself floating around. Could you imagine see a fish come up and just take a
I-
bite out your eye?
I'll take. I'll take it. I know it sounds worse, but
It's morbid, but I take the space, the lungs blowing
Yeah.
out. I'd
I-
be
yeah,
dead
I-
instantly.
yeah.
Hey,
It's not,
I'd be willing to bet that Herman doesn't have those thoughts at all.
Yeah.
Do you, Herman?
What happened to you?
About
Yeah.
having a fish come up and take a bite out of your eye and
I'd
Well,
rather.
they
take-
s- well, according to drowning patients that were in this documentary that were drowned and came back to life, they remember floating in the water and having no sensation of their muscles. And the only thing that they were conscious of was that they could see what was happening.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And then they were pulled out of the water and the water was pumped out of them and they were brought back.
I'll take
So if-
I'll take explosive decompression any day of the week.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Mark, thank you.
Well,
Exactly.
that's if I have to choose. Let's be honest. Okay, let's put that there. If I have to choose,
If
I'll tell you
have
one
the
thing,
choice, right?
I'll tell you one thing. It's burning that would get to me if I wasn't overcome by smoke inhalation first. The burning would that. Ooh. Why? Wait. What? Why are we talking about this?
Yeah, get off the train.
We just had Valentine's Day. Now we're talking about ways to die. Is there? a connection?
Yes, there is. A
There
connection.
could be a connection. There could be a
Yes, there
connection,
is a
Mark,
connection.
because
That's what I figured.
no one stopped us.
Yeah, well, earlier, Lawrence was talking about having to take the 3 girls out tonight. So that's another.
Yeah,
form of
that's going to be fun. The wife, the daughter, the wife, and the mother.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So my nephew's going along, so we can sit there and get drunk together at least. That'll be the good part of it.
Mm-mm.
But after I take them out, I don't have a birthday or a holiday to celebrate until at least September, which means I could probably get a chance to save up a couple of dollars to get a new bird.
What's up, love my
Which is
drones?
the-
How you doing, Ed? Sorry. Sorry to
Which
cut
is
you
an
off, Lawrence.
objective.
Hey, love my drones. What's up, man?
What's up,
You know
Ed?
what, Lawrence? Yesterday, I bought 2 bottles of wine because she drinks wine. I'm not really a wine
Right.
drinker. She wanted to watch this movie. Put the movie on, and I had to sit there with her talking about this movie. I drank one of the whole bottle of the wine
That's funny.
and started on the other one.
The question I have, Herman, is: did she notice that now you were drinking wine?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm like, you know how you don't fill up a wine glass?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
Herman was using the big tall tumbler.
No, I was gonna say, did you just stop using the glass? Put a straw.
No. I used the glass.
grab the bottle and start chugging. Oh my goodness.
Nah, it wouldn't have looked
He
good.
didn't dare at the end of the
I'm
movie.
on the
say,
phone.
"Well, how did you like the movie, Herman?"
Well, I saw the movie already. She wanted to see the movie, and then I had to
what was it?
listen.
What was
The
it?
movie.
Come on.
You
Give me
know
a good
that?
laugh.
What was it?
I'm on the phone.
Yeah. Love my drones. Was it a chick flick?
No. It was about that one. What was that? I can't remember the name of the movie. Oh boy, about this guy. He was on death row for like I think like 20-something years or whatever, and this lawyer got him off on that whole innocence program thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, supposedly.
Okay.
So recently, just recently was in the news.
I don't remember the name.
I know which one I know which one you're talking about. I just can't catch the name.
That definitely is not a chick flick, is it?
No,
No.
no.
I actually got her not to choose the chick flick.
So she
You're
went for the
good.
chick flick first, huh?
Yeah, she was flirting around the chick flicks. I was like, if you scroll down, there's more movies.
Listen,
Now, here's a story for you. My wife and I, when we first started dating, our first movie we went to go see, you'll never guess what we decided to go
When
see.
Harry Met Sally.
No, I don't know if I chose it or he chose it. No, we went with Indecent Proposal.
Ah.
wow. Great flick to see, right?
And
Give them
she's-
ideas.
And she still married me, so I guess that's a.
All right.
It's a
I guess you
sign.
can't be mad. You can't be mad at that,
Mm-mm.
right?
It's
Again,
funny.
I don't remember who chose it, but we went to see it, and after I saw it, I'm like, what a good movie to go see on a first date.
Hey, Herman, there's that movie called The Notebook. That's what Love My Drone's asking.
Oh, that's an older
No.
one.
No, it wasn't The Notebook.
Oh, do we have an unboxing? Open it.
No, you want to know what this is? This box is? This is my box of props.
Hey, Herman,
Yeah.
Not Herman. I'm sorry, Lawrence. If you show you yours, I'll show you mine.
The box of props.
No, well, I got an Amazon box here too.
Oh,
Yeah, believe it or not, I've got enough props that when I do start at those guys' FPV session, I could give away props like crazy.
Nice.
From 5-inch to 6-inch, 7-inch. This whole box is full. So
Nice.
Hadley built this bird for me.
You think
and
you're going to
I
use that
just got
many
it-
props? Holy mackerel!
No, no. What happens is
He sends him the little FPV drone, and he sends him a great big box of props.
Oh, jeez.
no. What happens is I was testing out different types of props. So when I ordered 2 packs,
Herman, that's good.
by ordering 2 packs of props, sometimes they would give me 3. So I have an overabundance of props. Like I ordered four packs of 6-inch props for my 7-inch bird, and they sent me an extra pack with those. So now I'm looking for a pair to put on. Hadley he built this bird for me, and he just got it. The on-screen display I did something stupid, and the on-screen display went out. So we got it back on yesterday. So I'm putting props on it to take it out maybe tomorrow morning early. I don't know yet.
Hey, Lawrence, if you don't find in that box, I think you got 2 or 3 more of those, don't you?
Boxes of these? No, no, definitely not.
And Lawrence,
Oh, and
how's the
Huh?
building been going? Have you been building any drones or?
man, I can't see it to build it.
No.
Okay. I'm working on. I actually brought these here. This here. It's a goggle set with about 5 different lenses and LED light.
Oh, okay,
That I
cool.
can see now. Now I can see the boards with it. I just need to practice on those little micro dot solders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
So
know what
once
you're
I
talking about.
practice on those, everything else I can solder pretty decently. But
Yeah.
those little micro dots, if you
Oh,
put
they're
too much,
ridiculous.
it can
Yeah.
splash over too.
Mhm.
Yeah. But this will help me see those. So I have an old board that I've been soldering and desoldering,
I
getting to
can't.
practice with.
I don't care if it's the micro dots or the regular pads. I can't do it without something like this. I need the lighted magnifying glass.
Yeah, well,
I just got
see-
one of those.
This set of goggles comes with 5 different lenses.
Mhm.
So, and they go all the way from what are the measurements on here? It
So in
says
other words,
from
it's
one
like
time, it magnifies all the way from 1 time all the way to 3.5 times.
So it's
Okay.
like reading
So-
glasses in a box, huh?
With a
Yeah,
light.
because I can change the lenses with a light. Yes, because I pop the lenses in, and then I cut the light on. Yeah,
The light is absolutely. Me personally, even if you have a well lit room, you're always going to cast shadows with your hands or the soldering iron. The light.
you
is
need a
absolutely-
bright light on to see what the hell you need to see. And I did find out Dow props suck.
Go ahead, Roger. What'd you say?
Love my Jones asking a question, essentially.
Oh, what's he say? Oh,
3 are in here.
oh, my drones must not be flying hard enough. I got about 5 flights on my current set with you there, Centroid. Not so sure. Did I miss his question? Is he talking about my box?
Got a box of what?
Oh.
Props too?
No. Actually, this is exciting. I got this is all some of the gear that I've ordered
6
for
inch.
our build for the school for the competition.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got the motors and props. So we got 4 of those, which is kind of cool. We got the FR Sky, the receiver that we're going to be using. This way we can put actuators and servos and stuff on it. Flight controller came in already. That's already in the school.
Are you going to build a fixed wing or?
No. We're doing a prop that it's basically like a robotics competition, but with drones. So we're building
Okay.
a drone, and it's basically the frame is what, if you're familiar with it, everybody's probably seen it. The DJI flame wheel frame, if you're familiar with
Yeah.
it. So it's
Yeah.
a quad, and basically we're putting all the electronics and stuff. Got our LiPo batteries. We're only allowed to use 3 cell. That's part of the competition specs. But we have to build it, and this drone not only has to fly an obstacle course, but it has to activate certain events, if you will. The theme this year,
Okay.
the theme this year is called Farmageddon. Basically, all the activities in each course revolve around what might what drones might be used for on a farm. Like I actually, as part of CNY Drones, the organization, I had to build these 2 big water towers that the drones will actually move an arm and it will activate a switch and start pumping the water for irrigation. They've got a wind farm where the drones got to hit bump switches in order to activate and spin the
Okay.
windmills. And the exciting thing is they have this huge barn with a silo, and this is the first year that they do it where there can be 2 drones. There's going to be the main drone, and then you can fly a tiny whoop via FPV. And the idea is that you have to go and search inside the barn for the I guess there's situations where silos where I guess farmers can be overcome by the fumes. So basically,
Okay.
So the barn door is too big, too small for the main drone, but with FPV you can fly the little drone and capture video and do the surveillance. You got to be able to fly through, in, and out the silo. So in through the barn and out through the silo to get the points. Each obstacle has so many points. Your team has to submit a flight plan, and they have to decide what course of action. The idea is you only got like 5 minutes, and you get 3 attempts at it, and the group with the most points wins, I guess. And they have different.
I'm on the phone.
They have other categories too. They have winning for best design, best engineering concept. It's kind of nice. So we got to start building, and we'll be doing some 3D printing to manufacture parts to be able to handle some of these events. So we got a lot of work to do.
Sure.
Well, I hope it comes out. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
And you're doing that just at your school, or you doing that on the stuff you were telling me about?
Oh, with the police.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the police are just starting a club. Maybe next year, if their club is big enough, they'll be able to participate. It's not just for schools, but that's usually and it's in April. And who knows? Maybe they'll get a club started in time. But we're supposed to help them with that. But there's already 14 schools competing in this event. So yeah,
sounds good.
Oh, it'll be fun. I'm sure I'll keep everybody posted, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, that's actually good. And you're doing this through the school.
Yeah, last year I got approval to run a drone club, so it's basically out of my school. So
that's actually good. You know why? Because New York, it's not in New York. Where was that, Herman? That they are giving a drone course in college that teaches you drone maintenance, FAA safety.
They have them. It's supposed to be in a high school now.
Well, we actually started that program in our high school this year.
They have it in what was that, Hanover High School?
Yeah.
And North Carolina
has a college
for 10 years.
Yes, really? Where you actually do drone maintenance. It's an actual course. Well, you can go there to major in flying. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can major in it. It gears you towards the course. It gears you towards getting your 107 and how to market yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually,
in the drone community.
It's funny. Last year when I started getting going through the process of getting approval, I was approached by administration because they started this year that program. It's called CTE program. And it's a 2 or 3 year sequence where students don't have to go out of the school to go to BOCES for a trade. We have a teacher who's certified to teach this. And basically, it's an in-house program where students don't have to go off campus. And after 2 or 3 years, they will run through all of that and hopefully get their 107 before they graduate.
That's what's up.
So they kind of hooked me up because these kids have to still get their math, science, English, and all these other credits. Mm-hmm. But because of the nature of the program, they kind of, that's why I got so much money for the club, because they're like, well, if you help us with this, we can help you with your club and time together. I'm like, okay.
Right.
So I either may be teaching a portion of that course so the kids can get the math credit, or at the very least, I'm there to oversee and make sure that the teacher teaching it is including the curriculum that is required by New York State for the students to get certain math credit. So I'm kind of working with them, and he's going to be helping me with the team also because he knows more about this. And like, I can build a quad. This is more robotics now. Okay.
Right.
Like for example, I've never worked with one of these receivers before. If anybody's worked with an X8R FR Sky receiver, it's more for like fixed wing.
That's what it looks like a fixed wing
it's
receiver.
more for fixed wing receivers. So I have no experience with this whatsoever. He does. So he's willing to work with me on this. And he just got done with his robotics competitions because he was.
And you said something about servos, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be real interesting.
Yeah. Well,
that's going to be real interesting.
Well, last year, one of the teams had a separate receiver and they had a separate controller, and they had these huge claws underneath the drone. And one person would fly and had a camera mounted underneath, would hover over what they had to pick up, and the other one controlled the jaws, kind of like a sensor operator or whatever, and would pick them up, and they would communicate with each other. So yeah, there's a lot of things, a lot of potential different things. Like I said, it's more robotics than drone, I think, or both. 50-50. They got to fly, obviously.
Depending on where this FAA thing goes, remember you heard it from me first. Don't be surprised if you hear someone trying to lobby for drone racing to be into the Olympics. And the reason I'm saying this is because, for one, racing drones is on such a climb because of the DJI drone issue and the no-fly zones and stuff like that. Also, Xbox, Liftoff, the makers of Liftoff are bringing their game to console.
Oh, really?
They're going to have Liftoff on Xbox and PlayStation platform. Now, the Drone Racing League has already made it very clear that anytime they come into your town and they have a show, if you want to try out for their competition, their world competition,
right
now they have racers from Asia and other parts of the world. It used to be just from the United States.
Right.
And what I'm getting at is, it's such a large growing sport, and it's all over the world. Well, I could see if they lobbied for it, countries would be for it.
I'm all for it. I don't know. How would you classify that as an athletic sport, though?
Is that a sport?
But
I mean, it's almost
it's
as if
more of a futuristic. It's more of a futuristic sport, but they're trying to get it into the Olympics. It's the same thing as having it's not the same as having a golf because that's all skill and muscle memory and stuff. But you have skeet shooting in the Olympics and things like that. So why not bring in racing drones?
I mean, listen, I'm not opposed to it, but I can see where I'm just playing devil's advocate, because I'm like, the next thing you know, they're going to have NASCAR.
I understand.
They'll have NASCAR as an Olympic sport.
Well, only thing that's traveling around the world as fast as racing drones.
Yeah.
Right. Or video games.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're bringing it to a console, and this Drone Racing League is coming out with their street versions of what they fly in the Drone Racing League, it's going to jump dramatically.
Centroid, are you on tonight?
Yeah, Steve and I are doing, on my channel tonight, we're doing the Relaxed Saturday stream where we start talking about drones, and it could end up anywhere. Usually, sadly enough, it always winds up into the conspiracies, but it's okay.
What time are you going on?
We go 5 Eastern time.
Okay.
So that would be 10 UK.
Okay.
So, and again, anybody else figure it out yourself.
I'll be going on live at 7 p.m. tonight, guys.
Well, I'll be out.
Like, what conspiracies are we talking about?
Any conspiracies pop up. Trust me. When Steve used to run his conspiracy theory Sunday night streams, he would have them structured, but anything could pop up.
I'll be going off there pretty soon, guys. So
Roger's got things to do. He's got to do some car switching around, right?
There you go.
Gotta go get the stuff out of my
Quick
truck.
question, Mark.
Show us the picture of your car again, Roger.
Yeah.
Quick question, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a preference on props? Because I found out Dow props suck, and I've had them explode on me while performing certain stunts.
Dow props, really?
Yeah.
Dow props only bend on me.
6 inch. Well, the problem they were 6 inch props. I heard the 7 inches explode, so I said, let me try the 6 inch props.
Mark, you got to remember, you're talking to Lawrence. He's the guy that can break a controller, you know? So I mean,
well, Xbox needs to make better controllers.
Yeah, right.
Not just Xbox.
So that's all.
not just Xbox. You did it to a DJI controller.
Now
Well,
I buy
yeah, that too.
I buy the Dell props, and if I can find my box of them, I can.
What
show
size? What size?
They're
5-inch?
yeah, they're for the 5-inch quads. I usually run the 50-45s.
Okay. Well,
And-
I had some 6-inch props on, and they didn't handle too well. And I had heard that the 6 and 7-inch props explode.
well,
Explode meaning you do a hard maneuver and they
Mhm.
just shear off at the base.
Oh, see, I bought some that were supposedly indestructible, and they
You need to
exploded
send
on
me a
impact.
link through Messenger.
No, they exploded on impact. No, they were not indestructible.
get
I
out.
broke one the first flight.
Well, Lawrence
Get
has
outta
been
here.
testing.
But here-
Lawrence has been testing out a new maneuver
Here.
called hedge trimming.
Here
with
now,
6-inch props.
here's the test. I got a brand new Dell prop here, Lawrence, and I'm going to show
Right.
you. And if I may be proven wrong here, but these things, I can bend it. It's not going to break, and that's still usable. If I straighten that out, I can still use
Right,
it.
of course, I've done that. But
Yeah,
I
but
just put
but
some
the five, yeah, but the
5-inch
5-inch
Dell props on here,
Yeah.
on this 5-inch here, and I've never
Mm.
flown them on a 5-inch. I've flown them on my 7-inch.
Well,
Right.
as Louis P. Floyd would say, proof is in the pudding. I just bent one right here, and I could bend it back and forth for a while. If I hit into a brick wall, yeah, you're going to shear a prop off. I don't think any prop
Right.
is going to avoid
But
that.
this happened in midair while trying to do a split S.
That's yeah, that's not good. But I've
Yeah.
never had that. I've never had that happen with a Dow prop, and I've bent them and I've re-straightened them and flew with them for quite a while, and I've never really had them explode on me.
I sent
Well,
you. Which channel's that on tonight? Yours or Ariel's?
It's on my channel tonight.
On Centroid.
I've tried
Okay.
that.
That one was defective, Lawrence.
Yeah, see,
What happened?
That one
Could be
might have been
defective.
defective.
Yeah, and rigor is it who said it? Rigor mortis says this, and I think it's really preference or maybe the style you fly. I've had worse problem with Gem Fan than I had with Dow, and that's why I went back to Dow.
Now, you know
So,
what? I've
it's-
had great luck with Gem Fan.
Now it's again, I don't know, maybe it's the style of fly.
Well,
I'm
that would be a
I'm
good.
pretty dumb when I fly. Let's be
That would
honest.
be a good test for you to try, Mark. The Dirty Bomb says if it's really cold and the props are frozen, that they will become brittle. And
Well, yeah, I don't think any prop is going to avoid that situation, but
and
Yeah.
Lawrence has been out in the brutal cold.
right.
Well, that may be a valid point. I didn't think about that, Paul, because the
Yeah.
wind flying, the wind was like about 30 miles an hour.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Phone I have can do 60. So I was like, hell, I still got 30 miles on
Well,
the wind.
Well, again, that's one thing I think is interesting about the FPV community. Not to turn it just into that discussion, but you remember when you were having that problem with that receiver, and it turned out it was a European
Mm.
receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I use that mini. I've only ever used that FR Sky receiver in my drones, and I've built 6 now from from my Cinewhoop all the way up to my 5-inch quads. I've never
Right.
had a problem with them, but I'll go on some channels where people say they're garbage and they don't work, and I'm like, I haven't seen that yet. And
But
I'm
I
wondering
found
why.
out.
I
I
wonder
found
why.
out why. I'm going to tell you why.
Uh-huh.
Because they were brought from Bang You Good and not here in the United States.
Oh, okay. I usually buy mine from Get FPV or something like that.
This is the point I'm making. Since
Okay.
I've been buying from Get FPV and Race Day quads and Ace Q quads and stuff like that, my stuff has been working.
Mhm.
But when I buy stuff from Bang You Good,
Yeah. Oh, they're
in fact, yeah. So they're giving, it's either a clone that you're getting
yeah.
or a rebuild.
Yep. Now I want to respond to Rigor Mortis. He goes, I'm not exactly out for a Sunday drive myself, Centroid, because I mentioned how I fly with my quads. Now I didn't say I was good. I fly stupid. so
This I
I'll
can
give- I'll
admit
give-
to.
yeah. So
I can
I-
admit to myself.
yeah. So I'm if you're probably a better flyer than I am, and maybe what you're doing is more aggressive, but yeah.
Well, listen, I know you're a much better flyer than I am, Mark, and I'm a much better flyer than at least 1 or 2 other people out there I know. So
how about
and it's
Herman?
always like that.
How about Herman? How's
Well-
he fly a PV?
Ooh, I'm good.
Herman's good. You know what it is, Mark?
Do you fly
I found
FPV?
out.
No.
Oh,
No,
Not yet.
he doesn't fly.
not yet.
He's not going to convert. He's
Not
not going
yet.
to convert.
Well, Paul said he wasn't ever going to go live.
True.
So,
different
you know,
things.
True.
I only go live on special occasions.
like
Two
What,
different
2 in the morning?
Yeah,
2 in
3
the
in the
morning's a
morning.
special occasion?
Yeah, that was special.
If I had to fix or repair my car daily, I would get rid of it.
That's what you were right. That's why I get it now. Ford drones, I get it now. Found on road.
Go
dead.
ahead. I'm gonna play some Xbox anyway.
Found on the road.
Anyway, I'm glad that
I just
you're
couldn't do
doing
it.
this little project, Mark.
Okay,
I
wait.
like to hear
guys,
stuff like that.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
goodbye to everybody in the chat.
Okay. Yep.
Everybody in the chat, and have a good one. So don't forget tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got Centroid.
Yep.
Aerial views,
In history. Yep.
histories from UK with Steve.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all tonight. I'll be on again too tonight at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Time you on,
And,
Paul?
Guys, tomorrow night at
Yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Squads channel.
What time you on, Paul?
Bye, everybody in the chat.
3 a.m. See you
Take
there,
care,
Herman.
everybody.
Later.
3 a.m.
Paul's on at
Bye.